Alright, y'all, so now we're getting into Moon in Scorpio. So, what is the moon? The moon is all about your emotional vibrations, your comfortability. It is your soul. It's how you feel and connect. It's how you react. It's not how you externalize, it's how you react. So, the moon, Scorpio is all about, you know, what's behind the scenes type shit. Like, what is there to think about? What is there to feel about? Deep passions, deep motivations and desires. So it's like it becomes fixated water, and it's like trying to understand behind the scenes and what works. And it becomes fixated with these things, just to make sure and be sure of its feelings and emotions. So it also is associated with its deep passions and desires, its goals, its craft, whatever, self-image type shit. We're all of the zodiac signs, but at the time you was born, this is what you will gravitate towards more and act like those zodiac traits. So Scorpio is all about, being fixated with its emotions. And in the moon, it's a fall here, it's a detriment, because the moon is all about comfortability, and this is why it rules Cancer. Just being able to, go with the flow and initiate a vibe, a connection type shit. And it's like utilizing emotional intelligence. With the moon in Scorpio, is fixated with its emotions. It's not allowed to feel like this Cancer. It's not allowed to feel comfortable. Sometimes, like a lot of times, you have to be fixated, and you're always trying to understand what's behind the scenes motives, and this can make you very reserved and not expressive, because you go deep with your emotions. You go, it's like it goes so deep, it's hard to control. So that's why it's a fall in the moon in Scorpio is a fall. So, but these individuals can become somebody who can overcome accolades and milestones when it comes to, not being able to control everything. Like you gotta feel like you cannot control everything, and that's how you will, be aware of your emotions. It's out of your control, so you have to be more towards the spirit and understand that you don't have control of your emotions, and and you realize you could go deep with it, and trying to understand what's beyond and behind the scenes type shit. So with the moon in Scorpio, these individuals can be, very reserved and trying to, understand everybody's feelings and emotions, and to the, like, how it got to that point, and they just understand the depth of people's emotions and how it got like that, and like the qualities it took for them to be that way, because they themselves understand the depth of how deep they can go. So they see those traits of scorpionic energies amongst other people. So, these individuals are good at, Moon and Scorpios are good at, bringing things to the surface and, trying to bring things to the light. And, that's how they always feel like they have to do to make sure to make sure their emotions, and make sure they're, to be safe. Because being fixated, all the time is like vulnerability. So it gets tricky with a Moon in Scorpio, because they can't dwell too much in other people's business type shit. They got a lot to deal with themselves, and they just go deep with their emotions. It just, they have to be reserved, and because they bottle a lot of shit. So yeah, but Moon and Scorpios are able to transform their emotions a lot of times, because they're always in that fixated state, and just connecting with behind the scenes type shit. So they're able to come full motion, full circle, and transform out of something eventually. So Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and it also is ruled by Mars, but it's co-ruled by Pluto. So with Scorpio, it gives them that aggression, that motivation to do things, and the passions and the desires, so it can go through that change and transformation and rebirth, aka Pluto. So this gives them the edge in how to passionately push through their emotions, and which makes them fixated. And sometimes they just have to put change and put death to certain things in circumstances that no longer benefits them in some way, shape, or form when it comes to their space or spirit and emotions, or how they conduct things. So they're good at just moving on type shit. So that's the change, rebirth, death quality of Pluto, and the aggression, motivation part from Mars. So this is what makes Scorpios sting a lot and let go of things, emotionally speaking, because they're fixated water, and they take time to reveal themselves to individuals that desire connection, some type of relation. So I'm trying to think about this shit. So yeah, they just need time to not be fixated, and just be vulnerable within certain individuals. But yeah, I guess that's all I have for Moon in Scorpio. Peace.